Hi there, everybody. My name is Catherine. This is my first ever YouTube video and time lapse. Well, that might be sort of a lie because when I was 16, I did upload time lapse speed paints to YouTube, but I wasn't talking. It was literally just music, and you couldn't see my face or anything. So I guess there was an attempt before, but this is my first serious attempt. Typically, I'm a 3D artist, and a lot has changed in my life recently. That made me start oil painting again. I haven't oil painted since I was in college, and I went to school for fine arts for a while, and then kind of made the transition to 3D because I do like coding and tech and stuff. All that to say, recently I am losing my job, and I kind of needed something, especially with other like life events that have happened. I needed some outlet for creativity that kind of wasn't work related, because even though creatively, like, you're producing at work, it's not the same. And I know a lot of creatives will know this. If you can only expend a certain amount of creative energy per, day-ish, roughly. I mean, some days are better than others, right? But like, you can't always excessively create. And so this was sort of like a mindless transition at first. Like, I started when I moved into an apartment by myself, and I needed some new hobbies and activities to do now that I was like kind of by myself, alone, needing something to fill the time. Oil painting kind of did that for me. And it started off very unserious, which I think is what helped me even progress further, because when you don't take something so seriously, it starts to become less pressure, and the less pressure you put on yourself, the better you'll do a lot of the time. And since I was losing my job, I don't know, I started oil painting frequently. It became all I really wanted to do in my free time. Not saying I don't want to touch 3D anymore, but the state of the animation industry is pretty shitty at the moment. But since this is my first video that hopefully I'll never have to see again, like, that's kind of negative, but I'm practicing. I'm getting used to it. Even this video alone, I will say at the beginning here, like the first half of this video, it's gonna be this angle where I'm literally filming my right hand covering the canvas, which is obviously, you can't see me painting. Really, you can see some of it, but not all of it. So do ignore that for the first 4 minutes. I do switch the angle, and all my future videos will switch the angle. Also the colors. So when you film on iPhone, which is all I have right now, it films in HDR, which fucks up in After Effects. So I'm learning. So please bear with me. But this is sort of my first trial, and you gotta get it over with. The first thing you do cannot be perfect. You have to make mistakes to learn, and honestly, the less perfect, the more personality there is in it. So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm starting an art store soon. I definitely love to oil paint, and I would love to sell and kind of find out if freelancing and running a small business is for me. But I've been looking into printing and how much that costs, and I'm excited to start this new journey. I guess I shouldn't yap on too much about the logistics because it's not super fun, but hey, I'm just sort of getting used to talking to myself on a recording, which is interesting. I talk to myself all the time. I do not have a problem admitting that, because I think it's healthy to talk to yourself, and it's healthy to process your thoughts verbally. But that's just how I operate, and so I'm getting used to speaking when it's recorded, because now, subconsciously, me knowing that there's a recording and me knowing and listening to my voice back is gonna be tough for a while. It will take some time to get used to. The filming, I got used to it. It definitely felt weird at first, but once I found a good spot, an angle that was out of my way, it definitely went better. I guess I should explain this painting, what I'm doing with it, its purpose, and all that. This is a painting for my mother for Christmas. She has always wanted some of my art, and she saved a lot of art from when I was a student in college. But those were more practice runs and nothing crazy official or beautiful. So, you know, naturally, I thought it would be best to give them a painting. But the evolution of this painting is interesting. I will link my Instagram post. I will show the process. But my mom is a beige mom. She likes beiges, neutrals. She said, I asked her what color she wanted for this painting. And she specifically was like, you know, beiges, neutrals. I like mustards. And then she kind of suggested like a splash of poppy. Because she likes poppies. But I didn't really want to do flowers for this one. I've kind of been in a fruits kick. Painting fruits and improving that way. But I need to move to flowers because I do think I struggle with them, and it would be good to practice things that you struggle with for sure. But literally this painting goes from being grays and beiges and neutrals with like, you know, yellow ochre and just sad colors to a very vibrant blue and yellow piece and green, which I'm hoping she'll love it. At this time of recording, it's before Christmas. I can't post this till after Christmas because it's her Christmas gift, and I don't want her to somehow find it on the internet. Some of my family members follow my Instagram, and I don't want them to accidentally spoil her. So I'm pre-filming this. But again, the Instagram post, you'll see how I went from beige. And I even made the background purple at one point. But that was clashing. And so I'm so happy with how the cloth turned out despite me changing it. This is like literally the third version of the color cloth that I picked. There's a lot of paint on this canvas right now. But I'm detailing it. This is the wrap up. Because at this point is when I decided, okay, I should probably film time lapses of me painting. That'd be really fun. And I can talk over them. There's a lot of videos out there for topics just related to art. And I have a bunch of interests, so I would love to talk about them, but you know, it just depends on my comfort level or like what the audience would like to see if I do grow an audience. I mean, I'll probably make these videos for fun anyways, regardless. And if people watch them, they watch them. If they don't, they don't. We're just going with it, but yeah. And then maybe eventually I would do, if I get back into like, once I reset from 3D, since it's what I do for my job, I might feel inspired to do 3D again, and maybe I will film some of those processes. But they're so different, and it's so interesting. But that's all I have to talk about today. Thank you guys for watching my first video. Hopefully I didn't stutter too much or confuse the shit out of everybody, but I had a fun time making it, and I'm gonna continue to do more. I pretty much record every time I paint, so I will upload them for fun regardless. Stick around if you are interested in watching, and I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday.